I'm gonna top you guys off in a second, okay?
And then it's like they'll either eat. Some of them do. The ones that go OD rap, they gotta do all of that. But it's like that's fucked up. Bro, it's like fucked up. I be hearing people say,
that in order to keep up with the pace, we have to keep going back in and making sure that we was covering everything.
Now, I guess future, a lot of talk has happened recently with regard to young people coming up, trying to bring to the game a similar sound that you've been offering for years. Did you feel with this you had to reestablish your leadership role in this music thing? Was that a part of this as well?
Not reestablish my music thing. It was just me just get my point across again and just let them know I'm here to stay. I'm not going nowhere, and I'm gonna keep elevating. I'm gonna keep growing, keep creating.
Part of your motivation now that's different than before. I felt like in this piece you've gone through several transitions in front of us, personal, musically. What's your motivation now?
My motivation is just to stay where I'm at right now, just to become and just stay consistent with making hits. I love making hits as a passion thing, so it ain't nothing you gotta force me to do. When you got a passion for something, you always do it. You love to do it. Nobody have to force you to do it. So it's a good thing that music is my passion. So you don't have to force me to continue doing it. You know what I'm saying?
About a year?
Yeah, probably been a year.
About a year. Is that the longest break you've taken?
Yeah, this is the longest break that I've been taking, but at the same time, I wanted to take this break. 2018, I didn't want to work as much. I had worked for like 5 years straight, where I was just on the road, doing shows, doing tours. I didn't even get a chance to really spend anything or just enjoy anything, enjoy life, or just go on a vacation. Never had really went anywhere, so I just wanted to sit back and just go places and try new things.
Since this closed with you talking about family members that aren't able to enjoy what's happening in your life, some not here, some incarcerated, were you able to impact that? Have you made any progress? Because that's a very trying thing for people. Have you made any progress with that?
I wouldn't say making any progress, but you know what I'm saying? I'm living through it, you know what I mean? I'm getting through it. That's I have my best friend in jail, so it's like I can just get over that, like, you feel me? So, but it is what it is. We know the lifestyle, what it brings, and he know it. He'll stand up guy, so we good.
A lot of André 3000 talk, and he made sure that he, round of applause for that. Y'all can make some noise for that, because that's a big deal. Somebody like André 3000 that we all love and respect, giving that much to you was a huge statement. And I didn't know personally that the relationship was that deep. How often do you guys communicate about music, or he's just a fan?
Yeah, we communicate about music and just personal life. That's family first. Rico Wade, my cousin, he put him in the game, so he was always at the house. He always been vocal in my career, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes, so it's nothing new.
How much of the statement you made in this piece where you said, it's one of my favorite statements, half might be the truth, but it's business first?
Because I just like to tell people what they think they want to hear or what they feel like. I don't want to tell you like what's on my mind at all times. You got to leave more to the imagination. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what make you intrigued. That's what make you keep wanting to find out different things about me. If you get everything the first time around, it's nothing new.
Marcus, what were you trying to really, really convey when you edited this and captured all this content? What was your primary focus?
Well, I think the way social media and the internet works, with all the coverage of hip hop and artists that people really mess with heavy, was to immerse people in that world and to bring them into my experience and what that was. You know what I mean? Like how the relationship started and what it's like to actually be working with and be embedded with artists like this. Bring it into the world. What's that world like? What does it look like? What does it feel like? And so much of the performances and the visuals reflect exactly what the music sounds like. So to be able to tell that story and bring that story to the people, I think is really important.
Talk to us about Seth, man, because I could tell not only from your Instagram posts, but the way, you know, you worked him into this piece, how important he has been to your music. And, you know, I love that engineers are getting their props, you know. That's not, you know, I don't know how many people in this room are involved in recording material, but those engineers are crucial. I would love to hear more about just that relationship, because it was awesome the way you articulated that, y'all being from two different worlds, you know, having this very close relationship with somebody that, you know, it's a work relationship, but because you're recording your intimate thoughts on record, like, tell us more about that and you know, just that moment when you found out that he was gone.
When I found out he was gone, I was in Australia. It was my first time going to Australia. I didn't want to go to Australia. I felt like if I was there, he wouldn't even die if I was there, because he was just trying to get some rest from me working him to death. You know what I'm saying? Just keep him up, always keeping him up, because he big. So if he go to sleep, you be like, you breathing too hard, I always waking him up like, why you breathing so hard? Stop breathing so hard. You need to lose some weight. I'm always telling him that every day. And you know, we on uppers, you know what I'm saying? And he done probably took an up or down and you just like playing with it or whatever. But at the end of the day, my best friend, you know what I'm saying? He from a town where it's like KKK, it's Ku Klux Klan. Like, and then me and him being best friends, so certain things is going on CNN and certain things that happen, and we have to go to the studio that day and they talking about something that's racist. And me and my best friend, he a white dude that's really from a town like that, and we bridging the gap from where he from and where I'm from. It's like an awkward relationship, but this the closest person in my life is a white guy, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, he know every secret about me, he know everything about my life itself. He done been there with me from the beginning of my career. Like, he really helped me produce a lot of records because he put certain records in a certain kind of place, and me and him was just comfortable with each other. So him passing was just like, it's a big deal, you know what I'm saying? Still to this day, it's a big deal. It's my everything, you know what I mean? Like, to this day, so I don't ever not think about it. It's just like, now I'm just talking about Seth right now, and you feel me? Ain't like I'm gonna get over it, or I'm trying to get over it. Like I said, he just played a significant role in my life.
Living with it. Living with it. And
so
so
it took me so just to get back comfortable, but just looking over and seeing, you gotta think about it, you looking over 8 years to the right of you, and you see that same person, and you look over and he's not there no more just for a few months. It's just hard to adjust to, you know what I'm saying? So I just had to find time to adjust and get back in pocket and get back and just creating without even thinking about he not right there. When I look to the right of me and he not gonna be there, you know what I'm saying?
So we get this documentary thanks to Mass Appeal, Apple Music, and the IPic family. We get this tomorrow, is that right? So this is out
That's
tomorrow.
correct, yes.
And then a week later, we get the album, which is Future Hendrix Presents The WIZRD. That's the official title.
Right.
And, yeah, y'all can make some noise for that. The 18th. Make sure y'all tell a friend, everybody know. What do we know about production on the album? What can you share? What are you willing to share right now?
It's my same producers, the producers I always have, like my producers, in-house producers. I never really work with, you know, anyone else besides my producers.
Any collabos you can share?
Not really. I don't really do any no collaborations like that.
Nothing on this album. It's all Future, straight through.
There's a couple collaborations, but you know what I mean.
Wait for that to come out.
Gotta wait for the album.
Let's go around the room while we have time. They're gonna kick us out of here because they gotta show a movie in a minute, so we don't want to take up all the time. Let's go around the room, give y'all the opportunity if y'all have some questions about the WIZRD, the album coming out, where you from, and all of that.
I'm Malibu Mitch. I'm from the Bronx. Hey, y'all. But I just want to ask how you balance being out in the streets versus the music. How'd you balance that?
How you balance being on the streets versus the music?
Man, it's hard. I'm still trying to balance it because I still hang around my same friends and I'm trying to do business. So when I gotta stick away, you know what I'm saying? That's how I balance it out. But I still keep my same friends, and it's hard because, you know, they don't understand. They not trying to understand. You just gotta make them understand. That's it. You know what I mean? To keep that real factor in their head where they like, oh, he's still real. You know what I mean? Or they gonna be like, he changed, he fake. So
exactly.
I just stay the same. You know, change. You know, that's my city. You know what I'm saying? We just put it down in kind of a different kind of way for me, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm just silent with it, but at the end of the day, my city always speak up for me because they know it's real. I can't do nothing. I'm from there. I always been real from day one. Like all the DJs always supported me because I always showed them love from the beginning of my career, I always knew that it was because of the DJs where I'm at right now. It been breaking me from the beginning, and I never was shy away from saying that. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it just paid off.
So you don't do a lot of interviews, you know. How hard was that?
It took
for
a
you?
lot of money. The money played a very big role in it too.
Made it a lot easier.
Nah, because when we first did it, Mass Appeal did the first deal. We was doing it for like 2 years, and then the third year just so happened, Apple came and was like, we like it so much, we want to buy it from Mass Appeal and make it even bigger. So it was a special, and just Marcus, he made it easy for me. You know what I'm saying? He was just right there like a fly on the wall. He didn't make it difficult, like, oh, we're gonna shoot this scene right now. He just was always there. He might already have a setup, so when I'm walking in the room, they was there. I didn't want to show it. I didn't want to show my kids. I didn't want to show certain things. I didn't still show a lot. I didn't show my homies. You know what I'm saying? I didn't show everybody that hang around me. I still didn't show their face or nothing. I just wanted to keep it personal. Still be real things going on around me, so I just wanted to keep it as smooth as possible.
You made sure to show that jump shot though, a few times.
Man, I got crazy jump shot.
You made sure.
I shoot for racks too.
What's the most? Biggest bet. Biggest bet.
Nah, the last bet was probably me and Meek played 10,000 apiece. They cheated and they won. I still think they cheated. You know they.
So you standing about that Meek cheating?
Like 12-3. How y'all come back from 12-3? You gotta cheat.
Any other questions? I promise you right
Just the part, just knowing Seth not here and just watching it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand, like, I don't understand. I can't say it in it clear, but that was like the main person damn near in my life. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother. And I just love him so much and I miss him so much, but just watching him is just pretty much the hardest part.
And for me, it's like, you know, working on this film for 3 years, there's a lot of material that we have. So when it comes down to the final cut, when we have to choose what people see, you know, that process, fortunately I had an incredible editor, Nick Briggs, incredible editor, who was able to weed through this and make all this make sense. But when you're dealing with 3 years of content, and if you see with date stamps, a lot of the film is actually out of sequence, but we're still telling a story that, you know, starts and finishes. It's still a linear story, but it's out of sequence, and that's what, in my opinion, makes it dynamic. So the challenge of what we choose to put in over 3 years of content, you see in the beginning we flicker through a lot of different material. That's the tough part. It's like, what do you show, what don't you show, what's on the cutting room floor, what do the people get to see?
André 3000 made, he said there was no mimicking, even though you was in, you know, the dungeon. Nothing about your style is mimicking the people you were around, and you know, your uncle and that 3000 and them. What was, I've never really heard you articulate maybe finding what is now known as your sound. What was the hardest part about that? And who helped you the most?
My cousin Rico, he helped me the most, you know what I'm saying? Being in the dungeon, I just didn't want to feed off everything they was doing at the time, you know. They had so many big shoes to fill, so I was just like, I'm making my own lane, have my own record label, have my own name. I'm not going to use my cousin. Like, to this day, I still haven't did a song with my cousin. That's just my cousin, but we haven't did any business together, you know what I'm saying? That's just my cousin. He taught me everything I know. I'm just a student of the game. I'm a student, he the teacher, and it's just finding my sound, just through pain and through struggle and just through everything I went through, and also watching them, just watching André, watching Big Boy, watching Witch Doctor and Cool Breeze, and watching Big Rube, the way he just so articulate and everything he do, you know what I'm saying? So it's just rubbed off.
You spoke towards the close of this, you know, your grandfather not being able to see what, you know, he would have loved to see. Do you remember that moment where things really clicked in your brain and you really started to see your path where you are today?
When I see my path is when Racks on Racks probably pretty much jumped off when I wrote Racks on Racks, and it started to take off. It was like the #1 record. After that, I was like, nah, it's gonna be easy. I know what to do next, and that's when I dropped Tony Montana, and just things just kept going.
But
we all have kids right now in this game, and when we see them at such a young age react to what we do, it makes us feel a certain way. How's that feel?
it feels great, you know what I'm saying? Because my kids, they play a major role in my life, and I love my kids. So just to see them be a part of my everything, and then, you know, certain comments that be, like, they put certain stuff in the blogs, and everybody who with me, they like, man, you don't speak on certain things, why you don't say this or say that? So you just see my kids for yourself. They were saying that my kid don't call me dad or whatever. Then you see him, I'm not going to try to answer every question when they say something about my son, but you know, my son's always with me. Like, that's a blessing to have 5 sons. And it's just, that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? They with me all the time, I'm taking care of them, I do whatever they having it. Like, it's already understood, we good. Because they still living it, you know what I'm saying? I still, when I'm in the studio, they just came from my hood, or they just came from somewhere. They telling me about their different stories of what happened that day, so I'm still living the same lifestyle. I'm the only one that made it. When I made it out Kirkwood, I was the only one that made it. Like, no one else made it but me. So when I'm still going back, I'm still going to the same thing. I'm the only one that have a job. They still don't have a job, so you know what's going on. So at the end of the day, I get that raw talks with them, and I get a chance to live out their life and live out my life again and again just by having them around me all the time.
I know this is your 7th album. What makes this one important to you and why?
The 7th album, man, is special within itself because it's just like, it's like a fairy tale story. When I first was doing my deal, I walked in the office at Universal and it was Sylvia, Rhone. Then I didn't do the deal. And then I walked out the office and I came back to Atlanta. Then I was like, man, whatever. Rico was like, you need to talk to LA. Then I ended up going to IPic, signing with IPic. And now Sylvia, Rhone run IPic, and I feel like it was just divine for us to come back and cross each other's paths, you know what I'm saying, that's big. And because I always respect everything she did, and I always wanted to be up under her. And
now give it up for Sylvia Rhone, goddammit.
So for it to happen the way it happened, and me and her to be together on my 7th album, and it's me and her, man, it just goes to show, like, God in control, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta preparation is everything. I feel like I'm prepared for this moment with me and her, so we prepared to take it to the next level together.
Before you go on stage, and that's really, really important to a lot of people that they don't see rappers in the industry do too much, and I like how you showed that. Can you speak about that?
Man, I live a pretty normal life besides Instagram, you know what I'm saying? So, whether people know it or not, and it's just family. My family is my family. They know I love, like, prayer is a major thing, and it's a good thing because I didn't want to do it. I tried to cancel this documentary a few times. I tried to get
The bag was too big.
Yeah,
Apple Music was going on.
Exactly. I took the money. But at the same time, I didn't want to put it out. I tried to cancel it 3-4 times. I tried to scale it down to where it was 5 minutes. I tried to scale it down to 15 minutes. Like, I'm a personal dude, man. I came in the game, you didn't really have to do all this internet and do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, I'm basically just been, I just had to, like, just listen to my business partners, but also listen to my friends, my family, their opinion. Like, people need to hear you speak, man. Your fans, you got fans that out there need to see you. And need to hear what you think and need to see your kids. I'm like, all right, cool. So,
well, I think people are very appreciative. I definitely didn't know what I was gonna get, and it was a pleasant surprise to see the dad side of you as well, because we only see the negative. And you know, I think everybody in here would agree that that was definitely a gift that you gave, letting us see that relationship. Appreciate that for sure.
It's just a gift. It's just my real voice. And at first people didn't know I was talking like this. They always said something or whatever. They made up stories, and it was so hard for me to just answer the stories. Like, is it auto-tune or is it just my voice? You know what I'm saying? So now you know. But it's my voice, and God gave it to me, and I just use it.
Absolutely. Hey, bro, one more.
Yes, sir.
Check this out. You came to Jersey. I'm from North.
Clark, the director of the WIZRD. Tomorrow this will be available on Apple Music. Shout to Master Appeal and the EPic family. Yes, shout to Master Appeal. Y'all can round of applause for that, the EPic family. And then next Friday, the 18th, Future Hendrix presents the WIZRD. Thank you for your time today. Thank you.